If you want to know how to do a local SEO analysis using SEMrush, I'm going to break it down for you here in a couple of simple steps so that you can see what's going on with your local area. Now, there's a few things you can do here. First, I tend to like to go to Google and type in a keyword that's local oriented. So it's for instance, if you're a plumber in Phoenix, Arizona, just type in something relating to, plumbing in Phoenix, or Phoenix plumber, or plumbers in Phoenix, any of those variations. You'll usually see down below all the ads and the maps listings and everything. There's going to be a couple of websites that kind of show up here at the top. So we see Parker & Sons, Phoenix Plumbing and Drain Service, and Bumblebee Home Services. These are going to be the top competitors in this industry. Now, we can use Ahrefs to figure this out more specifically. What I've done is I've come over here to the Keywords Explorer, put that same keyword in, done a search, and then if we scroll down, it's going to show us the top ranked businesses for that keyword. Now, when we do a search on Google, these could be skewed a bit based on our location, whereas what we see here is probably going to be pretty accurate in terms of what company shows up first, second, third, fourth, fifth, etc. We can just right click on these and open this in a new tab, and it's going to give us a breakdown of these competitors. Whoops, that's actually going to open their website. We want to click on the little drop down here and then click on overview. So we can check their website too and just sort of see what that looks like. Now, obviously they're mentioning Phoenix and plumbing quite a bit on this page. Be able to see the overall layout of the page. We've got some social proof here. So I'm starting to get a sense of what an authoritative company is doing in this space. This is the overview, so when we clicked on the little drop down here and then went to overview, this is showing us an SEO overview. There's actually paid search traffic here that we can see as well. But a few things we really want to take into consideration would be their backlink profile and then their organic search results here. With their backlink profile, their domain rating, which is just a specialty figure that Ahrefs creates, they're 42, and then this URL, because we're looking at an actual plumbing page on their website and not their homepage, the URL itself is not going to have super high authority. But the thing I find really helpful is this AR. This is like the overall rank of this website compared to all other websites online, of which there are billions of different websites out there. So the fact that there are 1.5 million out of multiple billions is an indication that this site has quite a bit of authority built up already with Google. And that's probably because, it's got quite a few backlinks. Now again, we're just looking at this page specifically. So this page itself has 86 backlinks, 5 referring domains, and ranks for 429 keywords. And we can click and open any of these. Anything that you hover over and it turns orange, you can dig deeper into. And now we can see all the different keywords that this page is ranking for. We can see the position that they're ranked in. We can see the page itself, the keyword difficulty, the search volume for the keyword, the cost per click. So if we were to pay for the traffic on Google Ads, how much would it cost? And then this traffic, Ahrefs is going to do a calculation, like based on the search volume and the fact that they're in position 2, they're going to get about 1,100 clicks a month from that, from ranking in position 2 for this keyword. Then the other really cool thing, and this is something relatively new that Ahrefs has added in, is it's going to just tell you if it's a local oriented keyword, and it's going to tell you the intent. So it's commercial. It is also informational. I don't think it's as informational as it is commercial. If somebody searches for Phoenix plumber, they just need a plumber in Phoenix, most likely, right? And because it's utilizing a city name, it's going to be a local keyword. Now you can take this export this data to a CSV file, save it, and start to collect the keywords that your top competitors are already ranking for. You can go back and do that same process. So do it with this next competitor and this next competitor. Skip past these ads and do it with the next competitor. And as you start to analyze all these keywords, as well as the backlink profile and their organic search traffic and everything, you start to get really familiar with just how difficult it's going to be to rank for keywords in this industry. And you'll probably start to find gaps. We can see from this report where we just went to the Keywords Explorer and put in the main keyword here. We can go to View All. You can even look at some of these questions and people also rank for. And look at the available keywords that are related, as well as the ones that our competitors are already ranking for, and find some that might be a little easier to rank for and start out with, doing some SEO around those keywords to get the site ranked for those easier keywords initially, and then as you start to build up traffic, it makes it a little easier to get some backlinks and everything to start ranking for the more difficult or more challenging keywords. Google also looks a lot at user experience. So if you have a lot of traffic going to your website already and people are having a good experience on your website, it's going to make it easier to rank for those more difficult keywords. And that's where the keyword difficulty comes in. So you can filter by keyword difficulty here. So you might want to choose something like anything between 1 and 29 I'm interested in. And that's going to show us some of these keywords where the difficulty is on the lower end, and it's going to actually be possible to rank for them without loads and loads and loads of effort and energy and expenditures. So that's kind of a overview of how you can do a local SEO analysis on Ahrefs. I hope you do find this helpful. If there's anything you did have questions about, don't hesitate to reach out. Just drop your questions in the comment section down below, and I'll be sure to get back to them there.
If you're like most new business owners, you're probably struggling to get your online presence established, let alone get it to the point where it's bringing you a consistent flow of customers, right? So that's why I created this free course where I actually walk you step by step through the whole process of setting up your online presence. This is the same process we've been using for our clients for over a decade at one of my agencies. And essentially, I'm going to show you how to set up an SEO-friendly business name right from the get-go, how to develop your website really quickly and easily, how to set up your Google Maps listing, start getting some Google reviews, everything you need in order to have a substantial online presence where people can actually start finding you and purchasing your products or services. The best part is I'm going to show you how to do it in under a couple of hours, and all for less than $50. If you're interested, I'll leave a link below where you can get signed up today. Make sure to check this course out for free right now because I'm probably going to start charging for this at some point in the future. All right, I'll see you on the other side.